Welcome everyone. Just doing another video here. This time trying to show how easy it is to extend the logic to do some stuff that it doesn't necessarily do straight out of the box, and kind of showing how these tools are set up to be, have other mechanics built on top of them. So I've gone ahead and this time I've just quickly pulled in the art pack, the AI pack, all just completely fresh, and I've just pre-set up the animation montages because I've shown that enough. So text need to be as montages, and the animation blueprint just has kind of our stock standard setup here that I've shown in pretty much every video so far. So I've just gone ahead and quickly set that up already, but nothing to do with the AI is touched. So very quickly, open up our brand new class. Going to come and reparent it to since I migrated the AI in. Base Malay pawn. It's going to be merely the dragon. So here we are. Now, having skipped the art setup, it's going to give kind of a better idea of how quick this is. So all we need to do to have this guy ready to go is just override attack animation, death animation, and damage, and that's all. So just super simple. He does 25 damage. His death animation is alive and death. Watch out, alive and death. That's done. And his attack animation, he has a few, so we'll select. He has 4. So we've got bite, claw, diving horn, tail whip. Oh, they're the only 4 montages. Excellent. Bite, claw, diving horn, tail whip. Plug that in, 0-3, giving us the 4 options. Play rate 1, otherwise it won't play. And time to animation to apply logic. We will do that in a second, but just for now, that's literally all you need to do to set up him. He is now ready to go. If we drag in alive in A and alive in B, and put them on opposite teams to each other. And I have pathing. I do not. Nav mesh bounds. There we are. So these two guys are gonna fly towards each other and sink well into the ground. I'd call the parent on the construction script every time. It would be fantastic if that came by default, but unfortunately it does not. So there we go. These two guys are happy to attack each other, and notice they're kind of sinking into the ground. They're going to kill each other at the exact same time. They're kind of sinking into the ground there. So I'm actually just, again, visually, I think I'll just raise him up to about there. And now the disparity between this and his mesh doesn't really matter, because if you remember, or rather we're using his actual mesh for collision. So when people try and attack him, they'll actually be aiming at his mesh, and it'll need to hit his mesh to actually do damage. So there's no kind of big problem there, but there's no real harm in just kind of extending that so that he is technically within the capsule. It's just... So now they're kind of more distinctly flying. Kind of swooping at guys beneath them, but that's not so bad. And he has actually fallen, so it looked a little better. But straight out, that's working to get those looking and touch nicer. Yeah, he's just sunk into the ground. All you'd have to do... They look really, really sweet actually when attacking someone on the ground. But so there's two dragons fighting. And killing each other at the exact same time because they have the same damage and the same health. But one thing you'll notice, they kind of both fell down dead when neither of them was really doing anything, and that's because I have not gone through and set the time into attack animation. So I did do that before. I'll do it again. So this here, time into attack animation, and I'll do it again just because I do actually need to show one important thing when doing this. We're actually going to need a local random int, which is just a local integer. And this is because if you pull out of this node twice, it will re-random. So what we actually want to do is random once, and keep that same random value for both of these things. I'm going to touch messy here and just add that, add option, add option. Cool. So now all that we need to do is actually set up here how far into all these attack animations they do the damage. I'm going to really just do one. So here, byte montage, because I've been through this before. So let's say the damage happens there. So that's at 0.85. So I come back here for the byte montage, which is option 0, 0.85. Now I'm just going to leave that there. The rest I'm just going to approximate to the same. They'll actually be slightly different. You can go through and set that up. That allows you to have a nice attack animation pool, and it looks really nice. You'll see in some of the other kind of the stress test and the kind of wizard skeleton battle I did in the Ancient Worlds world. It looks really nice when the dragon kind of swoops down as his claws hit the other model. They take the damage. That's just really quite sweet. So, not actually showing the battle this time. That was just kind of showing how quick it is to get those set up. You override damage, death animation, attack animation, and he's done. That's good to go. The rest is just visual tweaks. So, what I'm going to do now, the kind of point of this video, is just to show how extensible the logic is. So I'm going to actually come into my character. So where are we? Content, data, blueprints. Third person, blueprints, character. Here we go. So grab the gamepad input. I'm not on a gamepad, nor am I on a touchscreen. Cool. So here's our basic movement input. So as per last time, the only thing I need to do to get this character ready to use in the game is implement iAttackable. And as part of that, I come through is hostile. Well, I'm just going to skip everything, return true. Yes, everything is hostile to me. Get team, I do need a team variable, just because it is the base logic that the minions are using to decide whether or not to attack each other. I was a little on the fence about whether to include this, but it was a case of, you know, easily extensible for your own, easily customizable for your own project versus, you know, works neatly by default. And I wanted to make sure that it worked by default as much as possible. Just return the radius. I've been through what all this is in a previous video, so I'm just going to quickly hook that up. Is valid attack target. This is the one we're going to be extending, because what we're actually going to do, and we just have to add this component attackable dispatcher, so we will actually need this as well. So is valid attack target. What I'm actually just going to do is implement a stealth mechanic. Really quick, just to show kind of how it works with the AI. So at the moment, I'm never a valid attack target, but if I change that, just so that I am always a valid attack target, and put him to team 2, I'll default to team 1, and let's just say yes, I'm a valid attack target, and I checked yes for hostile, so he should see me and just decide that I'm a good thing to jump on, which he has. He's not the biggest fan. So what I want to do is make it so that I can go invisible. So really quickly, I'm just going to say, let's say the F key. So I'm just going to say is invisible. All we're going to do is, if I press F and I'm not invisible, want to become invisible. If I am invisible, I want to become not invisible. That's about it for this. What this one needs to do now, so what we're going to do, that will turn me invisible, as in it'll check over the ball, but that doesn't actually affect anything. Now what it needs to affect is this here, is valid attack target. So it can be attacked, yes, I can always be attacked. What I'm actually going to say now is not invisible. Double negative there is atrocious, but if I'm not invisible, so if I'm just normally running around invisible, I can be attacked. The second I am invisible, I am no longer a valid attack target, and he won't be able to pick me out as an attack target. Now, the one thing this doesn't stop is, what if he's already seen me? If he's seen me and I go invisible, he should forget that he's ever seen me. So what we have, this is part of what we have this attackable dispatcher for. So attackable dispatcher has exactly one function, and it is, so if you just type in call, it'll come up as the only thing there. Call has become invalid attack target. This you can use for if someone changes team, it's automatically called on the minions when they die. This is the logic being used to say, if my current target dies, pick a new attack target, but this is very, you can use this in as many situations as you want. It's very versatile, just has become invalid attack target. So when they come off, if I wasn't invisible, I've become invisible, and I'm just going to call, I've become an invalid attack target. And that'll tell everyone who did have me as an attack target that I'm no longer valid. And then if they try and reacquire me as an attack target, they have to come through this is valid attack target check. And since I need to be visible to be attacked, they won't be able to get through that. So that will work. Just to make it kind of pretty, I guess, I am just going to really quickly set visibility of my mesh to false when I'm invisible, and set it back to true when I'm visible, just so that we have any visual confirmation that that's actually happening. And look, that's it. So if I actually start him facing away, so he doesn't just immediately come at me, but if I kind of, so he's seen me. Oh wait, so F. I've gone invisible, and he can no longer see me. I press F again, I come back visible. So if I set him to should wander when no objective, he'll sit there for a couple of seconds, start wandering. I'm gonna try and sneak around behind him because I don't like being eaten. And he's gonna see me, he's gonna start flying after me, and I'm going to pop invisible, and he's gonna go back to wandering because he has no idea where I've gone. And that's it. So just trying to show here just how easy it is to build on top of this logic. There's a couple of really nice exposed hook like that. Is valid attack target, just being able to call is no longer valid attack target as an event. It's all really, really simple hooks that you can hook your own code into, your own mechanics into, and have it working with this AI pack.